So, our first guest is the definition of if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. He's had to rebuild his life several times, and now he's earned his title as a successful six-figure entrepreneur and philanthropist. Please put your hands together and help me welcome Mr. Mike Kiett. Shoes are everything.
Oh, man.
You are fabulous.
Thank you. You.
So, thank you very much.
No problem.
So, it's a pleasure to have you here. You are, you began your journey the traditional way, which is going to school.
Yes.
And then you were going to school to be a lawyer.
Yeah, that was
And then
the
what
plan.
happened?
I made a bad mistake, and I found myself on the other end of the law. And then from then, I had to go do some time in prison. And then I was banned from college for a few years.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how all of this came about?
Okay, so I took some bad and good advice from a friend about a firearm. I grew up in the P, which is South Philadelphia. Bad neighborhood. He convinced me that I needed a firearm for protection, which he wasn't totally wrong. I mean, it's more dangerous going to the corner store than it is going to war. But
I mean, I've been to Philly, so I
Yeah.
do understand what you're
Right.
saying. I just haven't lived the life. So when you put it like that, that's so real.
I mean, that's the truth. But
Yes.
it wasn't my lifestyle. You know, I
Right.
was college, I was in and out, and, you know, I took the chance. I bought the firearm, and I just tucked it away in the trunk of my car for months and months and months. Got pulled over by campus police. I agreed to a search, forgot it was there, found the firearm, and that was it from there.
And that was just an honest mistake of
Right.
leaving it in there, and they did not understand that because of just the rules, the laws,
Yeah.
the whatever. And
And it
with you
was-
being a law student or going to school to be a law student, were there any loopholes to that you just couldn't?
You know, I could have. They was gonna give me an opportunity to get an ARD program, which is, you know, you do a program, you do good, and they erase your record. But the only thing was, this was about 3 weeks after the Virginia Tech shooting.
Oh, wow. So everyone was on high
They
alert.
was on high alert. Feds
Yes.
stepped in and, you know, just trying to make sure I wasn't a terrorist or anything like that. And it wasn't a big deal. And then, you know, they sentenced me to something light, but they gave me a long probation.
Really? Now,
Right.
have you passed your probation time and all of that? It's all behind you?
Yes, January, I was finally off of everything.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
wonderful.
Yes.
So moving forward after finding yourself on the other side of the law, you've created this new path for you
Right.
in life. Because you were a professional anyway, headed in the direction of being a lawyer
Yes.
and protecting everyone. So your entrepreneurship has led you into many different directions.
Yes, yes.
Automotive sales,
Yes.
beauty,
Beauty.
real estate.
Yes.
You do have some fly hair now. I gotta
Oh,
say
no,
that. The
thank
skin
you.
is flawless.
I appreciate that.
Right, real estate
Yes.
and logistics, as well as adult group home.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. So the entrepreneurship just came out of survival. They have all these programs and
feel you.
things when you get out of prison, and they was trying to teach me like resume writing and interview skills. But like I said, I went to school. I was trying to be a lawyer, so I was kind of past all of those.
Right, right.
And they didn't have anything that fit me, so they had a lot of
You
opportunities.
carved out your own niche
Yes.
of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
amazing. So what's up next for you?
So right now I'm doing the life coaching, and I have a program called the No Lights Coaching Program. And No Lights stands for, I mean, this is not for show, this is for real. So I teach you the real
Of
things.
course.
Yeah, you know, no, I mean, that's what it's called. That's why it's called No Lights, because a lot of times now everybody's doing everything for social media, and they're just fluffing things to look good. And my training program is about teaching you the real things you need: financial literacy, education, entrepreneurship, confidence, things like that. So I try to focus on that. So for right now, I'm trying to create a program called the Glance at Greatness, and where I introduce people to private yachts and jets and things like that, so that they can feel what it'll be like once they get the result, and then put them through the process. So if you wanted to be a rapper, I rent a studio out for 10 hours and make you sit in there and listen to beats, so you can see what it takes. not
Kinda
just a reward.
Correct,
You know what I
correct. You
mean?
got to understand the work
You gotta
that's
understand
required.
the work, because the work is what matters.
Exactly,
Exactly.
exactly. Now you invest in businesses and you flip them as well. You've had a lot of success in that.
Yeah, that's how I started. I mean, I started in wholesale, which is you just pretty much being a middleman. Finding people who wanted properties and finding people who were selling them for cheaper. And then from there, like I went into car sales. So what I do is I find a lot of self-employment people. So right now I just did a trucking company. The guy, he just owned a truck and he drove it. But I talked to him, found out his financials, created a system where we can get to 10 trucks. So now he doesn't have to be a driver. Because a lot of people who are self-employed, they don't understand the process it takes to be an entrepreneur. It's two separate things.
It's two different things.
It's two
Working
different
for
things.
somebody and working for yourself.
Yeah, working for yourself and being an entrepreneur. Even working for yourself and being an entrepreneur is two different things, right? Because if you still got to work for your money, then you're not really being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is when you don't have to work for your money.
And you can use your money, to seed other things to grow. Yes.
So I bought into the trucking company, come up with a system, and we're on the verge of getting 10 trucks by next summer. And it's
That's
been
amazing.
Right. So then I just sell it off. Or sometimes people keep me on and I keep a percentage. Others want to go about their business. They just buy me out and I just go from there.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
So you help companies who don't have the ability to do it themselves, teaching them the infrastructure of a company, how it works, and then sending them on their way if needed or if they want to. That's amazing. So what has been your biggest return? Like your pride and joy, like this deal was the deal of all deals.
I don't feel like I felt it yet. I mean, my biggest return was $275,000. So, I haven't felt the biggest return yet. I just felt like that was a stepping stone.
Yes.
So I'm trying to go for these $1 million deals now.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
But you
so-
know what? We have to appreciate everyone that comes along because each one leads us to the next one.
Exactly.
Heading to your $1 million
Yes, it
deal.
do. So every step counts. Every step counts.
So what advice would you give someone in any area of business that's trying to do what you do, which is rebrand yourself?
I think the hardest lesson I had to learn was that they have to laugh at you before they clap for you.
Ooh.
So you have to know that you will be bad first. And that was something that I wasn't good at understanding for a long time. I always focused on things that was naturally good for me. So, but that's just not how it goes. So once you realize that when you first start, you're going to be bad, and you understand that, then you have a lot more confidence in moving forward.
It's so true. We've got to fall down a few times to get up.
Yeah.
To have the strength and fortitude to move forward, right?
Maybe more than a few. But yeah.
Silly Billy.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I want to hear about your book.
Okay, Silly Billy was a concept created for black male youth. It's basically teaches you how to say bigger words. It's from 3rd grade. I wrote it with my daughter. At the time, she was 7 years old, and I wanted to give her something that she could be proud of and something that she can accomplish.
That's amazing. You wrote this with your daughter.
I wrote that with my daughter.
And it's a book that teaches you how to pronounce bigger words.
Bigger words, yep. I found a way to correlate it with the sight words that they're learning in whatever grade they're in, and I switch it into a way they can expand their vocabulary. And the bigger goal for that is to do it with a different bunch of kids from different schools, and then I can produce a bunch of kid authors.
This is amazing. Well, it's been such a pleasure having the time to sit here and talk to you about your journey, everything that you've overcome, this amazing book, the incredible father that you are. Everything that you're doing is on the right path. We wish you continued success and God's blessings. I hope you all enjoyed our segment here with Mr. Mike Kiett. We're going to take a break and we will be right back.
Thank you.